All right, today we're going to tackle a process that's absolutely crucial for all of us, tracking our government submissions in Odoo. And I get it, the last thing anyone wants is another system to learn. But really, getting this right, it's going to mean way smoother projects and a lot fewer headaches for everyone. So let's jump in.
So, let me ask you something. What's that one tiny thing, that one little detail, that can just completely derail a huge project? You know that feeling, right? That pit in your stomach when you're managing these super high-stakes submissions and you know just one slip-up could cause a massive delay? We've all been there.
Yep, it's always the small stuff. A missed follow-up call, a status that's just murky, nobody really knows what's going on. Or the absolute worst-case scenario, a submission that just gets forgotten. It just falls right through the cracks. Well, that's exactly the kind of chaos we're here to stop.
And that's precisely where Odoo steps in. Look, don't think of it as just another piece of software. It's more like our shared safety net. It's the one single source of truth where any of us can look and see exactly where every single submission stands. We're talking total clarity, total accountability. So, the big problem we're tackling here, it's lost tasks and fuzzy communication. And that's why, let's be super clear, this system isn't optional. It's mandatory. From now on, every single task related to an authority submission gets assigned directly to the person responsible for it. And you've got to track it in Odoo from the very beginning to the very end.
Okay, so how does this actually work in practice? Well, it's surprisingly simple. It all comes down to just 4 core statuses. Seriously, if you can get your head around these 4 words and what you need to do for each one, you've pretty much mastered the whole thing. Let's break them down.
First up, we have submitted. This one's pretty straightforward, right? It means you've officially sent the documents to the authority. But here's the key thing. You can't just click submitted and call it a day. Nope. You have to log the details. What was the date? What's the reference number? How did you send it? Was it through a portal or by email? This creates that crystal clear paper trail we need.
And here's a perfect example of what a good submitted note looks like. See that? It's got everything. What was sent? The MEP drawings. To whom? Trackies. How? Via the portal. And when? But look at that last part. Expected feedback in 7 working days. That is absolutely crucial because it sets the timer for your next follow-up.
Okay, next is a big one, CFR. It stands for Consultant for Review. When you see a task with this status, it means one thing. The ball is 100% in your court. It is now your job to proactively pick up the phone, send that email, and get an update from the authority. And of course, log everything you find out. The goal here is simple. Never, ever let a task just sit in CFR getting stale. It needs a recent update, always.
And check this out. This is the kind of detail we're talking about. It's not just a lazy one-word comment like, follow it up. That's useless. This is specific. Who'd you talk to? DM. What they say. They're reviewing and need 2 more days. Bam. Now everyone knows exactly what's going on. This is what a useful update looks like.
All right, now for the status nobody loves to see, but it happens. Returned. This means the authority has kicked it back to us with comments. Your first move? Don't panic. Your job is to immediately document why it was returned and get the ball rolling on fixing it. Speed and clarity are absolutely everything here.
Here's a great example of how to log it. Look how clean that is. DM returned. Update required on basement egress width. It's short, it's direct, and there is 0 confusion. The entire team knows exactly what needs to be fixed, which means the technical folks can get on it right away. No time wasted.
And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Approved. Yes. But hold on. Before you celebrate, there is one last critical step. You have to provide proof. You've got to either attach the actual approval document or, at the very least, log the official reference number. Only then can you close the task. A task should never, ever be closed without that evidence.
And this is what a perfect finish looks like. The approval is documented with a reference number, there's a date, and only after all that is the task marked as closed. That's the gold standard. That is the goal for every single submission.
Okay, so we've got the 4 statuses down. Now, how do you know, just by looking, which tasks are fine and which ones are on fire? It's actually super easy. Just think of a traffic light. Odoo uses a simple color coding system that gives you that instant snapshot. Green. This is your happy place. Green means you're on track, the due date is comfortably in the future, your updates are recent, and everything's going according to plan. This is a healthy task. We love green. Then you've got orange. Think of orange as your early warning system. It means the due date is getting close and it's time to get proactive. This is your signal to pick up the phone, make that follow-up call, and log the update. Whatever you do, don't let an orange task just sit there.
And then there's red. Red is the danger zone. Red means a task is overdue. And let me be absolutely crystal clear about this. Our official policy is that no task should ever turn red. Period. If one does, it's an all-hands-on-deck situation that needs an immediate explanation and escalation. The goal is to avoid this at all costs.
This all leads to a really important non-negotiable point: your personal responsibility. We're talking about owning your due dates and your follow-ups. This is where individual accountability is everything. So, the inevitable question: what do you do when an authority is dragging their feet and causing a delay? Listen closely, because this is critical. Rule number 1, you do not change the original due date, ever. That date is sacred, it's our anchor. Instead, you follow up with them and you record exactly what they told you. And if you hear nothing back, you escalate. See, changing the date just sweeps the problem under the rug. Documenting the delay and escalating is how we actually solve it.
All right, we've gone through the statuses, the traffic light colors, the core rules. You've got the basics down. Let's wrap this up with a few pro tips that will take you from just being a user to being a true Odoo master.
Here's your pro checklist. Nice and simple. First, log everything. Dates, responses, outcomes, you name it. Second, think of Odoo as your task diary. It has to be alive. It has to tell the full story of that task's journey. Third, if you're ever in doubt, just ask. Don't wait and let things get complicated. And finally, the golden rule. The one thing to remember if you remember nothing else. Keep your tasks green. And never forget why this all matters so much. When you keep your tasks updated, you're not just doing it for yourself. You're creating clarity for the entire team, for your colleagues, for your managers, for leadership. Your diligence is literally what keeps the whole project engine running smoothly.
So, next time you log into Odoo, before you do anything else, just look at your tasks and ask yourself this one simple question. Is my task diary telling the full story? Make it your mission to ensure that the answer is always, without a doubt, yes.